In the whimsical little town of Maple Grove, where even the streetlights seemed to have a sense of humor, lived Philbert, a pigeon with a penchant for philosophy. Philbert, often seen perched on the library's roof, spent his days pondering the grand questions of life and the universe. One bright Thursday morning, as Philbert adjusted his feathered monocle and prepared for his daily soliloquy on the nature of breadcrumbs, a sudden realization struck him. He was late for his weekly gathering of the Philosophical Society of Birds. This distinguished club, made up of an owl named Oswald, a parrot named Polly, and a raven named Edgar, met every week to debate existential matters and laugh at their own pontificating pomposity. "Oh, fluff and feathers!" Philbert exclaimed, flapping his wings in an uncharacteristically hasty manner. He zoomed through the town square, dodging bustling people and the occasional squirrel protest rally. Upon arriving at the ancient oak tree that served as their meeting spot, Philbert found his feathered friends already deep in discussion about whether birds or humans had it tougher in life. Oswald the owl, ever the pragmatist, argued that humans, with their taxes and confusing social dynamics, clearly had the rougher go of it. Polly parroted, as she often does, Oswald's sentiments, while Edgar the raven, always the contrarian, insisted that birds had it tougher because they had to deal with constant travel, weather hazards, and ornithologists. Philbert, panting and a little ruffled, interrupted the debate with a question that had been pecking at his soul. Do you think that our destinies are guided by some greater power, or are we simply left to flap about in the winds of chance? Oswald adjusted his tiny spectacles and, with a sage nod, replied, "My dear Philbert, if there's one thing I've learned from my extensive library of human books and late-night pondering, it's that while we might not see the strings, there's a certain finesse in the way our paths open up before us. We might flap and flutter, but there's always some perch waiting for us, crafted by something greater." Polly squawked in agreement, adding her own twist. "You gotta trust the process, Phil, even when it seems like you're just flapping around in circles." Edgar rolled his eyes but softly muttered, "Paths do seem to open up, even when you don't expect them to. Especially when you don't expect them to." As the sun dipped below the horizon, leaving a canvas of twilight colors in its wake, Philbert felt a warmth in his feathery heart. Whether by divine design or cosmic coincidence, he found solace in the notion that, just like the unpredictable breadcrumbs, their paths would always open up before them.